Hey y'all, Cotton Eye Darren here. Um, Mirkwood Farms. I'm having some popcorn. I was still hungry from lunch, so I made some microwave popcorn. Hope you don't mind. I don't know who else is live and how many people are going to watch this live. Nobody's watching it right now, so maybe I'll wait until at least get one person in here. I'll start talking. I haven't gone live on this channel in a long time, at least a year. So, trying to tell everybody where I'm at. Oh, I got two people in here. Hey, Granny Grunt, how you doing? Is there a cat? Cat likes to hang out behind my easel. I don't know which cat it is, but it don't matter. Anyway, since I got two people in here, I can start. I'm eating microwave popcorn, by the way. Which, I don't know if this makes it a mukbang, but I was hungry. I grabbed some popcorn before I headed back here. Anyway, let's wash that down. Hey, Rabbit Bat, how you doing? Anyway, I'm just talking about where I'm at right now in life. Why I haven't been making too many videos. Why I haven't been online very much. Usually, if I'm online, I'm on my phone lately. Haven't been back in this room for a while, but I heard chirping. So I had a baby bird, and I put her in, set up their little pen. I wasn't really expecting it this, but it's probably 20 days have gone by since I put those eggs in there. That was a bunch of eggs. I don't suspect most of them will hatch, but then once they do hatch and start all over, I'll clean that machine and put some turkey eggs in there. I got about 5-6 turkey eggs, maybe some more. I can get out there. I got a pregnant pig, 2 pregnant goats. I had 9 babies, but only one survived to the rabbits. Mom just tramples her babies for some reason. Yeah, I heard Corky's channel went down. He removed it. He always does that though. About one, he has his channel up for what, like a year and a half, 2 years, and then he tears it down. He does that all the time. Goes through cycles. You know, if that idiot, I shouldn't be talking about Corky. I'm not going to talk about him. But whatever he's doing, hopefully he's bettering himself. Maybe this is good for him to get off the internet for a little while, but you all know Corky, so yeah. So the clean urine slash or slash what? Okay. Anyway, as you know, my wife left me back in January. Now March is almost over, so I've been alone for a while. I'm completely isolated out here. Really, I've been by myself and my dogs, but you can't talk to them. Have me some more popcorn. It's always not to talk with my mouth full. So it's a hard balance there. I haven't seen Roger Brown's page for a long time. Hey, Corey M., how you doing? Heart, heart, heart. Anyway, it gives me opportunity to reflect on things. Now, today it's raining outside. Otherwise, I'd be out there working because I got a pregnant pig and I want to expand their habitat because I don't want the two males to trample over her babies. So that's what I wanted to be doing today, but it's raining. It rained all yesterday, rained all today. The pigs are taking over my garden area, which means that I'm going to have to garden somewhere else. I'm going to garden in my front yard because I think the pigs need that area. They've gotten out once, and I thought I found out where they got out, but they actually got out somewhere else. So hopefully I fix that where they were getting out. And they'll have that yard to have more area to browse around and dig and do all the things that pigs like to do. So anyway, right after my wife left, I started going back to church. I go to this church down the road. It's down this road, and then on the main road a little ways. Some of the people that go to that church live in this neighborhood, in this area. So I'm meeting new people, but I haven't found someone I could hang out with. Unfortunately, that's what I really need, someone in real life to hang out with. But maybe the Lord just wants me to reflect right now. And I realize I wasn't always the best person to get along with. See, I can't sit there and nitpick at my wife's faults. I can't do anything about anything she does, but the only person I can change is myself. So I'm reflecting to try to be a better Darren, to be a better person. And that's why I haven't made videos about Corky or Roger or Von Helton or any of those people, because I'm just don't feel I should be doing those things right now. I don't think I should spend my time making fun of somebody, even though they're, a Lowell's cow and they've done despicable things, some of them. I just don't feel that that's where I should be right now. I'm trying to be a better person in my life. And I'm not condemning anybody else that does it. I'll still watch their videos and laugh. I watched one this morning, I think, by Fat Photog. It was pretty funny. But yeah, they will always be there. There will always be Lowell's cows as long as the internet's around. But I still want to get my wife back because she's still resisting. She lives in Florida, and she's gotten like some apartment. She bought a new dog, and that's all I know. She don't want me to know where she lives. She has a P.O. box number. That's fine. I don't need to know where she lives. But the only communication I have with her is through text messages, or I can email her. I could call her, but I don't know if that would go in. I don't like talking on the phone to begin with. Well, I have to contact her about certain things because we're trying to divide up the things that she wants and the things that I want, like the goats. She wants the two female goats back. Both of them are pregnant. So she wants me to take care of them until I have their babies. One of them is the goat that she bought her first goat, Midnight, the one black one with horns. She's actually black. The other one's actually dark brown. But Midnight is her goat. And as soon as Midnight has her babies, which should be this week or next week, and once she has that, if she has a female baby, I want to keep that one. And then, or maybe keep all the babies and let her have Midnight. And with Maleficent, I want Maleficent because she responds to me. I'm the only person she trusts. She runs from everybody. that comes around. She doesn't want anybody near her, but she's got to where she'll eat out of my hand. She lets me pet her. She's kind of a shy or, you know, fearful goat that's afraid of everything. She's afraid of the dogs. The other goats play with the dogs, you know, but I think just moving her to another place. Plus, Midnight picks on her all the time. And she goes to eat. Midnight pushes her out and eats there. And then she goes to the other food dish to eat. Midnight comes over and pushes her out of that one. So she's always going back and forth just to get her meal. And I think it'd be better for her to be away from Midnight. If my wife, I don't even know if my wife will ever take them. I mean, where's she going to put them? She says she has a friend who wants to take, who has a property that she can put them on. But she don't realize that, you know, you have to interact with the goats all the time. You have to feed them twice a day. Make sure they have water every day. Give them hay. Here I am, talking with mouthful. But, so I don't know. But she did pay for the goats. Although the male was given to me for a birthday present, so. But he doesn't want to be by himself either. So I'm trying to negotiate with her with the goats, and I think maybe she'll go for that. I know she wants Midnight. And I'll keep one of Midnight's girls. If Midnight has two girls, and she can have Midnight and another girl, and then Maleficent has babies, she can have the girls there. The boys I'll sell at the auction. Unless she wants one of the boys, that's no problem. The pigs are pregnant. Now, those pigs were given to me by somebody, but that certain somebody got mad at me because I posted a picture of her on the internet. And she didn't like that. So now she wants her goats or her pigs back. So she can have them back, I guess. I'll take care of them until time that she comes to get them, or she may never come get them. And Queenie is the female. There's two males, and Queenie's pregnant. So her babies, you know, I'll try to sell them. Don't want to keep them. But I wouldn't mind keeping two pigs just to breed them and have their babies to sell. I had the pickup, and I have Lexus. The Lexus was given to me by my mom. So that's mine. It's in my name. The pickup was actually in my wife's name because she's the one who got the loan to buy it. And she's like, I'll pay for the truck, make the truck payments for you. And you can keep the truck and I'll keep the car. Well, I was like, but what if you get into a financial situation where you can no longer make payments on the truck, and then they come and repossess it, and I'm out here in the middle of, you know, out here 50 miles from the nearest gas station and 25 miles from the nearest town without a vehicle. I'm pretty much SOL. So I told her we need to trade vehicles. So she came out here. She didn't want to do that, but that's what had to be done. She lives in a big city, so she don't need a vehicle. If vehicle's down, she could take a bus or something. But that's kind of where I'm at with my wife. We do communicate in the morning. I always say good morning, and then sometimes she'll ask something or I'll ask something. Like she built this bench in the front yard, and now that the pigs are going to be in the bigger pen, I need to block off some of the ways the pigs, because the pigs got out this morning. They were probably out last night, but out this morning they were out in a neighbor's yard and out in the forest behind my house. I call them. They always come when I call them. And I called them, got them back in the yard, and I found out how they got out. So I need to put some cinder blocks there to they push up the fence and get underneath it. So I need to do something to keep that from happening. And I'm pretty creative when it comes to that kind of thing. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to, but it's raining. I can't do that. And I also got to pull weeds and set up a garden in the front yard so I can plant. I already got tomato plants going. I've got corn, watermelon, yellow zucchini. What else do I got? What else do I got out there? You hear the bird back there. That's one bird, believe it or not, making all that sound. Anyway, I'll leave the popcorn now for now so I can talk. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, I got to pull weeds, and then I got to, I got a lot of rabbit poo to remove out of the rabbit tree, and now I use that for garden. You can just put that right on the ground. And you don't have to age it like you do other kinds of animal manure. And then I'll have my garden going. So I probably don't need to buy any more plants. I've got 6 tomato plants, and I'm going to grow them like vines. So I'm going to grow them against the fence and just tie them up along the fence and just grow in one string. That's how they do it at places that grow tomatoes professionally for greenhouses and stuff. They grow them in one string because tomatoes actually a vine. That's why you have to cage them up to keep them from falling over, because they're actually a vine. And so if you let them grow up the fence and tie them off, then you can get. Hopefully, I'll be able to do that right this time. Got a fly running around here. Hopefully, it'll fly into the chicken thing, and the little baby chicken will eat it. I've been going to church on a regular basis. I haven't missed church since then. I've joined the church, and it's a Black Baptist church, so it's a lot different than the white Baptist churches that I'm used to. But I like it. People are very loving there, and man, the singing there is so nice. There's some people that can really sing, and the preacher is really good too. And he's a young man. But he used to play football for Louisville Cardinals. So, and he grew up in Eufaula. But he's a very nice man, and he's got a young family. And I think out here they just replace preachers after a certain time. You preach at one church for a certain amount of time, and then you go to another church. I was from Colorado, and they didn't do it that way. You went to a church and you preached at that church until you were retired. They're almost always serving food after service. It's always some kind of holiday. It's Deacon's Day. It's, something's going on. So I eat a lot of fried chicken, or sometimes they have like, pig's feet and pig's tail stuff. I like that stuff too. Yeah. A Southern Nepasta church. Yeah, this church I go to is Missionary Baptist, which back when I was on my honeymoon in Gulfport, Mississippi, and the churches around there would say, some of the Baptist churches, I was going to a Baptist church at the time, and they would say MBC, which means a Missionary Baptist Church. And I asked the cab driver, goes, what's MBC church? And he goes, oh, that means mostly black church. But I guess, but that's not really what it means. But anyway, is Corky in here? Yeah. Hey, Corky, how you doing, buddy? Eating on the yeah, eating popcorn there, Cork. Hope you're having a good day, buddy. Sorry about your channel going down, but It is what it is, Corky. I'm not going to make fun of you no more. So don't try to bring me up to get me back into, because that's what you do. Last time you shut your channel down, one of the first video you did when you started your channel up was you and you sitting out there in the front of your apartment on that picnic bench and talking all kinds of smack about me. I'm not going to talk smack about you. So, Corky, you don't need to talk smack about me, okay? I'm trying to change who I am and trying to pick up better habits, and making fun of somebody, no matter what they did, is something I just want to not do right now, okay, Corky? We all know you're John Constantine. That don't matter. Get your channel back up and talk about whatever you want to talk about, your philosophy. That thing of eating popcorn, you get them damn things stuck in your teeth. Anyway, I shouldn't talk on or eat on camera, but I'm just hungry as hell. And popcorn, it's hard for me not to eat popcorn. I'll tell you, it is hard. I probably shouldn't have brought it in here, but and I got some damn popcorn stuck in my teeth too, which is the worst. Yeah, I just don't want to make fun of people right now. Von Helton, Corky, and Roger Brown, and Shani and Rev. I mean, I could make videos about Shani and Rev, just their inconsistency in their Christianity. As I could definitely do that. I mean, I could roast them just using Bible verses. A lot of you people probably could too. I mean, they're about the most unbiblical. And hopefully, I maybe pray for them. Maybe they'll get right. But man, and that's a problem with me. I would leave the church, backslide, and years would go by, and I'd get more and more further away from Christ. And then when I come back after about a month or two, I'd be trying to be an expert, and because I went to seminary school and tried to be, an authority of sorts. I don't want to do that now, because maybe that's the problem why I keep backsliding and going for years. If I hadn't backslid, my wife would still be here. We'd still be living together, and I blame a lot of myself on that. I strayed away from my path, and and I may never get my wife back. I've accepted that too, but I'm still going to try as much as I can to maybe get her back, to pray and let Jesus do what he's got to do. And that's another thing with me, is I'm a control freak, and I had a bad childhood. My dad drank a lot, and sometimes he got real abusive, and I felt I never had control as a child. So now as an adult, I always got to be in control. I always got to be the one driving the vehicle. I run my farm. I like to do everything my way. It's my way or the highway. When I garden, everything I do is that way. It's a good thing I was a trucker, because a trucker, you work by yourself. So you can be in control of everything. But in real life, I have been kind of controlling of everything. And it's because I've recognized, being alone, you get time to reflect on yourself. It's because that as a child, I didn't feel I had control, and I don't like to give control over to anybody else, because I always, deep down in my psyche, it's like something bad's going to happen if I let somebody else have control. Yeah, I love the farm life. I love taking care of my farm. I mean, the animals and the gardening, I've always loved that stuff. And Maybe I do act like a drunk even without liquor. I don't know. Maybe I do. I haven't drank in a while. I haven't drank for probably a month and a half now. I just decided to give it up for now, and maybe forever. I don't know. For now, I'm drink. It's not going to help me. Sit there and get drunk, and then say something stupid, say something to my uh, wife because we're still married, divorced. We haven't even gone through any divorce. The only thing I've gone through in divorce is um, I got this thing, which is I don't know. It's a copy from the lawyer, the demands, and so I have to write a response, which I don't have a printer, so I had to hand write it. You guys don't need to know what's in there. It's nothing I want to hide from, but it's kind of personal business, I guess. But I wrote things that I want. And one thing, the attorney said that she wants me to pay her attorney fees and legal and fees, not just all her fees. And I'm like, I don't want the divorce. And I don't have no money right now. So why should I be the one paying for the divorce that I don't want? So I said that to the judge. Hopefully the judge will say, we'll go for it. I think the judge will on that one. Because I don't want to be forced to sell this farm to pay the lawyer. The lawyer put a lien on it. That's a real life worry I have. I've even expressed that to my wife that I don't want that to happen. So when we go to court, I'm going to get her to agree to it. Hopefully. And get the judge to agree to it so the lawyer won't seek after me to get money because I can't afford a lawyer. Why should I pay for somebody else's lawyer, right? I'm not going to sell it there, Corky. It would be hard to sell this farm. This is in the deep south, part of the South called the Black Belt. Houses are in the market for a long time out here. There's not a lot of jobs, a lot of economic opportunities out here. So a house, I bought this whole property. Me and my wife bought this whole property for $70,000. We bought 5 acres, a 4-bedroom house with 2 bathrooms for $70,000. We lucked out. But there also is a drawback. I can't find any kind of work out here. There is a Tyson plant, which is about 25 to 30 miles away. And I might be able to get work there. I don't know. I'm kind of old, so nobody wants to hire an old guy, And most of my skills, I'm a very good truck driver. And I've done that for years, drove for a living. But now with my blood sugar my A1C being too high, and the inconsistency of me getting my medicine, because I'm on Mounjaro, which is not easy to get because all these, big people are taking them now to try to lose weight. And I need it for my diabetes, but, these rich, fat people basically are taking up all the Mounjaro. And I've been without it for a month now, or over a month. You're probably right there. I probably couldn't handle Tyson at my age. But maybe they would need a person to transfer trailers around. They have these yard dogs. Tyson has them because I used to be a truck driver and I picked up loads at Tyson sometimes. A lot of these places like that, these warehouses and meat packing plants and stuff like that, they'll have a yard dog, and the yard dog drives a specialized truck that they go pick up trailers that are full and go put them out on a numbered plot, and then they would come back, pick up an empty one, put it at that door. That way they don't let the truck drivers, over the road truck drivers for Swift or something like that, and bash up their doors. So they just move the trailers around, and when when the other truck drivers come in there, they just drop off their empty and pick up a loaded one. And so yard dogs move all those around. And I could do that kind of work. You work at Tyson's, yeah. Yeah, that kind of work is really hard. That's young people work for sure. That's the only big company that hires around here that I know of. I've applied everywhere else. Every fast food place within a 30-mile radius I've applied at. Tractor Supply, I've had 3 different interviews there. Dollar General, they had an interview that said they hired me, and then I kept going by there, and the lady who hired me got transferred to another store, and then the new guy, he didn't really like me, I guess. That kind of screwed me up. I don't know if they required or not. I don't know if they require a DOT physical, because I definitely couldn't pass that. That's one of the reasons I ain't driving a truck anymore. I have applied for Social Security disability. I can't get disability right now because I'm still married. Technically, my wife makes too much money. And I have a lawyer that's working on disability for me. And she says that disability Social Security actually pays more than the disability. And I'm old enough the older you are, the more likely you are to get disability. I'm 62 years old. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, I can get SSDI, and even if I'm not divorced yet, but it's the disability, the other disability that I was originally applying for, and I didn't get it because I'm still married. They checked my wife's income, but I guess this Social Security disability takes a long time or something. I got something in the mail and I signed that and send it back in. The forms are filled out by a lawyer. Lawyers doesn't cost me anything because I guess they're going to get part of the back pay, they said. So I don't know. Government programs are there for you to use. Yeah. I've been wanting to go down to I don't know how they work it. In each state's different. Alabama, how they work it, but to get food stamps or something. I mean, I get I do make money from taking care of some of these animals and selling eggs. That's how I've been getting by. Especially right now with the egg prices being the way they are. I can charge $5 for eggs and have 6 dozen, and they all sell out real fast. But anyway, I'm not going to fight with Corky or Nick Bravo. I'm not even calling him Corky anymore. Let's call him Nick Bravo. As long as he leaves me alone, and even if he does make videos, I don't really care. People know who I am. You know, I know Corky tries. I know, sometimes you got to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, even if you don't like that person. The Bible says to love your enemy as yourself. So as a Christian man, I can't hate on Corky, no matter what Corky says about me, because if I want to be Christ-like person, if I want to be a better person, then I need to do that. I need to forget, Corky sorry, Nick Bravo could, go out there and say that I'm a whatever to whatever, and something that would be really mean, and I would have to make a video about it and make 10 videos about it, but that's not what being a Christian's about. Being a Christian's really about loving people even if they hate you. So yeah. Corky, you've called a few people pedos too, though. You know, you call someone that's, I don't know, understand this thing with YouTube is calling everybody a pedo this, and he's a pedo, and you're a pedo. And, you know, that's a very serious charge to say to somebody. No matter not even being a Christian, just being anybody, to call somebody else a pedo when you have zero evidence of that. I mean, if you have evidence of someone being a pedo, like what's that guy's name? Elvis Travels. I mean, he made a video picking up a 15-year-old boy. He was all excited and giddy, and he's in his van. He's driving across town. He picks up this 15-year-old boy. I mean, now you could call him a pedo, child predator. Cyrex sends pictures of his penis to girls he thinks are 14 or 15. That's really bad stuff. But if someone hasn't done those things, Blue has never once done anything remotely close to anything being pedo. Why call Blue a pedo? And Corky, on the other hand, I've never seen him. There's so many videos of Corky out there. There's not a single video of Corky actually doing pedophilic behavior. I thought that one video where he's Googling on those girls, but if you look close in that video, those girls are not underage girls. They look like they're in their early 30s, late 20s. They were his classmates that he made that video when he's all drunk. When it first popped out, I thought, oh, he's Googling these young girls, but he wasn't. I mean, it's still kind of creepy what he did, but you know, he was a, how old were you at the time? I don't know, 47-year-old virgin at that time. So I don't know, but still, Corky has never, or Nick Bravo has never done anything that would suggest he's a pedophile. You need real solid proof before you call somebody that. You know, real solid, rock solid proof, like Elvis Travels, like Cyrex. And there's a few others out there, Von Helton and the Kelly videos. But, you know, Corky or Nick Bravo needs to apologize to Blue about him calling Blue a PDF file and calling Grampy Lobster one. And, you know, if you're wrong, you're wrong. Apologize for it and go on with your life. You know, we all do stupid things in our life. You know, in 2005, I was home from work with a shoulder injury. I had an injury to my shoulder. I was in workman's comp thing, and they were plugging me full of pain pills, and I was drinking some wine. So I was on these pain pills and drinking wine. And this guy that had been trolling me for a long time, a guy I met in real life before he trolled me on the internet. He was already my enemy in real life. And he would find whatever group I was talking to on the internet, and then he would make a fake account that was my name and my picture, and he'd say all kinds of awful things about me. So I did, but I was high as hell when I did it. And I made threats. I made a false character thing on this message board and made violent threats to people and people who I knew that this guy had a problem with. And it was illegal what I did. I ended up getting busted. I ended up doing 5 days in jail for it. Got a misdemeanor harassment charge. So, I mean, I'm not immune from doing stupid things. One thing I recommend anybody, especially you, Nick Bravo, is maybe you should stay off the internet when you're drunk, when you're having fun. You know, it's perfectly fine for you and Sabella to have some drinks and have a little fun. But when you're on the internet and you're making decisions and saying things that could impact, your credibility, probably better that you do it sober. It's just my advice. You don't have to take my advice for anything, but that's something I would advise you up there, Nick Bravo. I know eventually you'll start up a channel again. And when you do, maybe because your drunk streams are some of the most lolsy videos you've ever had out. I mean, when you get drunk, man, I'm being serious to you there, Nick Bravo. You do some stupid and say some really stupid things. So that's my advice. Take it or leave it. And Blue, he's a good guy. If you ever got to know Blue instead of always attacking him and you got to know who Blue is, you'd know Blue is a decent person. He's been my friend ever since I've known him. Known what? I don't know. 2015, 14. I don't know when I first met him. I think it's 2015. I've always liked Blue. He can get a little passionate about things more than most people do, but he's a white knight. Blue is a white knight. He's always fighting for a cause, and I have a lot of respect for Blue. So, and I consider Blue a friend. But Nick, maybe you should start apologizing to people, and then when you get your channel going, don't tear it down after a certain amount of time. That's why you're never going to make money on YouTube. You never let your channel grow. I mean, all the channels you ever shut down, and I've known several of them, if you had left those channels up, you'd be getting some AdSense. You know what? A little extra money to go with the, welfare, or not welfare, but the disability money's not that much. I know it isn't. What's the matter, Kelly? Kitty's sleeping over there. My black kitty. That black kitty's was my wife's kitty. Now that she's not here, that cat just kind of annoying, always wanting attention from me all the time. At night, tries to sleep on top of me all night. Anyway, Blue is not a POS. Blue's a nice guy, Nick. You could be a nice guy if you wanted to. I'm going to take a piece of popcorn. No. Popcorn just irresistible for me. So, that's where I'm at my life. That's what I was making this video about, is where am I at life and in life. I got to change that. I'll change it after I'm done. But, I've dedicated my life back to the church, but this time I'm not going to go in and try to be some biblical authority after 3 months, because I've been through seminary school and all that. I'm just going to let Jesus mold me and try to be a better person before I even try to preach and try to help somebody else. Now, there are certain things I can't let go of because of the knowledge I have. One of them is evolution. Evolution is not actually a theory in what a lot of people think is a theory. See, there's scientific theory Scientific theory means it's fact, but it can't be proven. It's based on other proven facts. Like we know that the earth spins around the sun, but it's still a theory because you can't see this earth spinning around the sun. But we know it is because we got the seasons and the tilt and everything else and the other planets going around. And so we know the earth is evolving around the sun, but we can't see it. We can see the other planets are. So that's why the earth revolving around the sun is a theory, but it's a scientific theory. See, a hypothesis is when scientists come up with a idea, but it's not based in facts. They think, well, okay, this could be this way. So they come up with a hypothesis. When they come up with a theory, that means they can't see it, but they know it's a fact. So that's what evolution is. Evolution is a fact because we have the fossil record. We have plants lower in the fossil record being more simple life forms and progressing as time goes on through the fossil record. So we know we have the record. We also see adaptations in different animals and the DNA in animals, and they've got DNA from extinct animals and even prehistoric animals. They got DNA from a T-Rex. From a T-Rex that was found up in Wyoming or Montana. It was found up there somewhere, and it was fossilized in such a way that there were still soft tissues inside the bone. So they were able to take that soft tissues and they were able to get a DNA. Maybe it wasn't a complete strand, but we could tell what other creatures that they got DNA from that's related to it. I know, going off on that tangents, but I'm always going to be a theistic evolutionist, which means I believe in the evolution is the way God created life. And I'm going to go on about this. As an artist, when I take a blank canvas, I got to add paint and use brushes. I don't just like, bammo, my picture is ready and made. No, it takes time, sometimes days, sometimes weeks to come out with a painting. You see some of my paintings behind me back there. But God, if he's a creator, didn't he create life, or did he just blink it into existence? Because I don't think they're the same thing. I think if he created it like an artist, and he used evolution as his canvas. I mean, you can take it or leave it, but that's how I believe it. Hey, Maggie doll, how you doing? Did you think it was disgusting you lost your channel because Sabella was eaten on camera? What happened? Sabella lost, or you lost the channel because somebody was eating on there? Oh, be nice, Blue. I know it's not. I know you have some history with Nick, but try to be nice. Nick, you try to be nice too. I know you guys come from different backgrounds and stuff, but Nick, you need to quit being so hard-headed and apologize when you're wrong. It'd go a lot further than double downing and keep calling the person more and more names. I just think. But I don't know how our Corky's channel went down. I don't know. Usually he takes the channel down. He gets mad and takes it down. But I don't know. Did he do a TOS and get his channel suspended? I don't know. Hopefully not. I know that was an outlet that him and Sabella had, just doing their videos. So how do you eat a steak and then get your channel taken down? I mean, people do videos, mukbangs all the time. I don't get. I don't get it. Now Court or Blue. You do owe him an apology, Nick. You did call him a pedo. You did that. You made a video, and it's still out there. Even on my Black Onion channel, there's videos of that where you literally called Blue a pedo with no evidence. You also called him a racist, and Blue's far from being a racist. He and live chats when people say racist things, Blue's the first one to get on that person. So Blue is no racist, and he's no pedo. So you do owe an apology for that. And why don't you be the better man, Nick? And why don't you apologize? Prove that you're a man and apologize, because you can't control what Blue does. You can only control what you do, Nick. So apologizing is something you can do and have power. But just going on the way you're going, Nick, you know, you don't have any credibility in your fight between Blue and you. None. Not after the things you've said about Blue. You've lost all credibility. Nobody takes you serious in that your little fight with Blue. So don't think you're getting one over. You're getting anybody to take your side over Blue. It's not happening. Maybe Sabella is. That's the only person out there. So why don't you eat it up there, Nick, and apologize? And if Blue doesn't accept your apologies, it doesn't matter as long as you did it. Well, Blue needs to apologize, but that's on Blue. That's not on you. You be the better man. You apologize, and you be nice to Blue, and eventually he'll apologize. Say, okay, I'm sorry I fought with you about this and that. But you were the one who called him a pedo, and you were the one who accused him of being a member of the KKK or neo-Nazis or something like that. Well, okay, Nick. If you did your apology, then, sometimes you got to apologize more than once. I'll tell you, with my wife, I'm still apologizing. And I'll keep apologizing until she believes it, even though I'm probably pushing it a little too much. But, I love my wife, so there's a motivation there. But life's too short to go on there just hating people, and I don't need to apologize. I don't need this and that. That's why we got wars in this world, because two people can't apologize to each other. Maybe. Well, there's more to it than that. There's like Marxism versus capitalism, and there's different religious groups that are out of each other. So I don't know. It's more than that. That's overly simplifying war. But anyway, you know what I say. Hatfields and McCoys, how did they get their fight started? They lived right on the Kentucky, West Virginia border. I mean, they get along now. But that was pretty crazy. I never did know what started their fight. I know that one of them got killed in a bar in West Virginia. And both families lived on two sides of the river that divide those two states. But I don't need to mediate anymore. But I got a scar on my forehead. I got rosacea, and this is a result of my rosacea. It proves that you have Viking blood. Only people who have Viking blood ever get rosacea. Or only ethnicity that carries that DNA thing. At least mine don't get painful. It does a little bit. Hopefully it'll clear up here in a little bit. It's been humid, so maybe that's why my rosacea is acting up. Apologizing for the truth. Okay. Well, Nick, I don't know what to tell you. Now, how did you get kicked off of YouTube for Sabella eating a steak? I mean, people do mukbangs. I mean, if you ever watched any of Elvis Travel's old videos, man, that guy was disgusting. Food be falling out of his mouth while he's talking. He'd be eating a hamburger and just falling out of his mouth because he's talking. And disgusting sounds he made. And he never got kicked off for that. He got kicked off for picking up a young boy, but yeah, I know I'm not a PDF file, but it don't matter. I've always liked women my age. Now, when I was younger, actually, when I was 18, I dated a 15-year-old girl. We never had sex. I just felt kind of weird about it. And then we just broke up. I just stopped calling her. I didn't know what to do. It'd be like she'd come over, oh, Darren. It's like her parents found out. Her parents were pretty mad. I just like, I don't want anything to do with this. Well, you know what? I just went out with her on a blind date, and then she found out where I lived and kept coming over. But I mean, if I wanted to have sex with this 15-year-old girl, I could have, but I just didn't want to. I was 18. That meant I was adult. I started dating her when I was 17. Then I turned 18 and just, people were like, woo, wait till she turns 16. I was like, nah, not even then. And that's the youngest girl I ever dated that would even be close to anything like that. So that, there's that. Most of the women I've dated were older than me. My wife is younger. Now, when I went to college, I didn't go to college until I was my later 20s. Was I 25? 25 or 26 when I went to college. And the college had a rule that if you were under 30, you had to stay in the dorms your first year. So I had to stay in the dorms, and here I am. I was old enough to buy alcohol, so I was pretty popular, believe it or not. Just on that thing, but I met my wife. She lived in the same dorm I did, and she was just turned 18, I think, or 19. I can't remember. She was 18 when I met her. She just turned 19 a month or so later because I celebrated her 19th birthday. And I was 26, maybe. Can't remember. Yeah, it must have been 26. So my wife's a little bit younger than I am. And she's really those are the only two girls I ever dated that were younger than me. I've always dated women that were older than me. When I was 17, before I dated that younger girl, I dated a girl who was 19 when I was 17. And that was my first. And still contact. She passed away, I found out. I was trying to make contact with her again. I hadn't talked to her in years, ever since I moved out here to the South. She was living out in California, and I was trying to find her and doing searches for her. And then I found her address, and I searched on that, and they had her name listed as a resident there, and it said deceased. Although I couldn't find an obituary on her. But I assume she is. Another page I found out she was deceased on too. Blue's not a horrible person either there, Nick. I mean, I don't know. Quite interesting side chat. I'm reading the fight between Blue and Nick. They're like oil and water. He didn't have one. I don't know. I mean, his son wrote something on his Facebook because I was a Facebook friend, Larry. And a few days ago was his birthday, and they're like, "It's usually I'm pretty good about that. Any of my Facebook friends, I always happy birthday him." But it's like that would seem kind of weird to say happy birthday to him. He didn't take care of his health very well. He was he smoked, and I believe he smoked. I don't know. I don't think he ate very healthy food. Yeah. So there's only 7 people. This is not my popular. If I was on Black Onion channel doing this, I'd get a lot more people, but I haven't done anything on that channel for a while. I don't really know what to do with that channel right now because that channel was pretty much just used to make videos about Lowell's cows. This channel's not about that at all. It's about my life. Another thing I need to do is get working on some artwork. And I have prepared some canvases. But I don't know, I need to do it. I've got some old castles, including part of the Transylvania castle. The castle of what was his name? Von Helton claimed he was Dracul, something Dracul. Anyway, I got some of the ruins of that, and I'm going to do that one, and a couple other castles from Europe, castle ruins. I like to do castle ruins and Mayan ruins, and shipwrecks. I also do animals, but right now that's where I'm kind of feeling what I want to do right now. And I haven't done any artwork in months, really, since early in the fall. So I've gone through a whole season without doing any. And take some of the sadness that I'm going through right now and put that on the canvas, I think. Vlad Tepes, yeah. So he had a castle and it's in ruins. It's up on the top of a mountain. And I got a picture of just a corner of it. And I'm going to try to make something out of it. And we'll see how that turns out. So I really don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to draw it on a black canvas. So it's going to have to use white and grays and then work that in. And my wife always liked my black and white paintings. So she wanted me to do some more of those. So I'm going to do that too. How long have we been on? For an hour and 4 minutes. Okay. And it's almost 2:00. So I got to start on dishes. I don't have that many dishes to do now, but tomorrow I won't have hardly any because I'm cooking some beans some pinto beans, and pig's feet. Yeah, I like that kind of stuff. And I added chili seasonings, cumin, paprika, chili powder, oregano, a little bit of turmeric, and what else did I add in it? A little bit of turmeric and some garlic and black pepper and a little pinch of cayenne. I like a little heat. And then I added a can of Rotel to it. I don't remember if it was a hot Rotel. I think I used a hot Rotel for something else. So I don't know. Anyway, it might have been the hot Rotel because I think I had 3 cans of Rotel. I was going to make some cornbread using Rotel because I was like, you know what? Because I've used those cans of chilies in cornbread, which I really like. I don't like boring old cornbread. It's got to be jazzed up somehow. But I don't have any of those cans of chilies. I had some. So I was like, well, Rotel's has chilies. I bet you people make cornbread out of Rotel. So I went online. I was like, Rotel's cornbread. And I got a bunch of recipes, but they all called for milk, which I don't have any because I never buy milk. I buy almond milk because it lasts in the refrigerator you can have almond milk for a couple months and still be good. And regular whole milk, you have it for a week. And after that, it's probably no good. That's another advantage of almond milk. Plus, I don't really like milk. I hate the taste of milk. I like chocolate milk. But white milk, I just hate the taste of for some reason. I never did like it. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to work on that Vlad Tempe's castle and the other. Probably starting those tomorrow. Right now, it's already 2:00. I got to get dishes done. I got to go feed the pigs and the goats. And think it cleared up from raining, so maybe the rain's over. I like the rain because I don't have to water anything. And it's going to make the ground all soft. It'll be easy to pull weeds tomorrow, which is my big project for tomorrow, is pulling weeds. And maybe I can pull those weeds and give them to the goats. There's an idea. I didn't even think about that. So I'm going to let you guys all go. Blue, you have a good day. Nick, bravo. Do what you need to do. Try to be more humble. So I know you like to get attention from people by calling Blue out and Carrie out and Rabbit back because then you hope they talk about you. But maybe you need to change your tactics. You used to be friends with Carrie. And now look, she laughs at you every day. So, man, you got to see what you're doing, bro. Anyway, you guys have a good day and a better tomorrow.